Homeowners, what's stopping you from selling your current home and buying another home? Are you just a little nervous about being homeless if you can't find another home to buy because of the low housing inventory in the OKC metro area? Are you aware of the new sell and stay and delay your move options that will give you some extra time to find your next home with a lease back? Maybe you are unsure of what your home might sell for, what your net proceeds might be. You will probably also want to be fully approved for your new home loan to make sure that you would be happy with the options that are available right now. Maybe with all of this craziness going on, you just aren't quite sure who you should call first to get started. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I believe is your next best step to start the home selling process. Hi, I'm Kyle Noe with eXp Realty right here in the OKC Metro, and I have found that the best way to get started is by having a brief 15 to 30 minute phone visit to learn more about how you can use the available delay your move options to sell your current home first and delay your move out date for a few months so that you have the time you need to find the perfect home for the next chapter in your life. And if you're a senior, you may also want to review some of the special financing programs that can add to your retirement income. Jim and Sandra read about a local company that was offering a free phone meeting to answer any questions that a seller might have, which would include a full explanation about the home selling process that is now available, as well as a custom home selling game plan that would help guide them throughout the process of selling their existing home, choosing the financing program that best fit their situation, and work side by side with them to buy their new home and help them with their move. Jim and Sandra had lived in a large 4-bed, 2-story home for years, but their children have been out of their home for over 10 years now. They felt like a 2-story needed to be sold. They were anxious to find a 1-story because that was a little easier to maintain. However, they had been looking online at homes and they were shocked how quickly the nicer homes they were interested in were selling, and they felt like that pressure would make it harder for them to find and purchase the special home they had been looking for. Jim and Sandra felt this home selling game plan made perfect sense for their situation and would help them make the two moves an easier and less stressful experience. Jim and Sandra booked that call and have now sold the 2-story home and moved into a very nice 1-story home in a great gated community that is very close to all of the conveniences important to them. The two moves took place in about 7 months, and they never felt stressed or pressured into making choices that they weren't comfortable with. And they just loved their new home. Click below to book your call to learn more about how a delayed move might be a benefit to you and take the pressure and stress out of your moving situation. This might just be the smoothest move you've ever made.